Yo, Pierre, you want to come out here?
Hi, I'm your L7 movie guy, Pierre Marks. This is a show for all your movie streaming recommendations and reviews. Let's get started. First up we have is Jiggle Bell Heist. Essentially what we have here is a comedy romance where two down on their luck hourly workers decide to rob a posh London department store on Christmas Eve. But will they get away with their robbery or steal each other's hearts along the way?
Shut up. You had me at hello.
So, with this being my first Christmas movie watch of the season, I will say it definitely has the glitz and glamour of the holidays. That's because of the amazing production value as well as the Christmas set designs that this film has. Which was kind of surprising because this starts off as more of like a UK Hallmark TV movie, but then morphs into a robbery heist film. Everything though from a technical filming standpoint was pretty much on the average and doesn't really strike you as different. But I will give it up to the editing as well as the lighting department because they did a good job with the overall pacing of the story as well as making things feel warmth when everything looked very cold.
Peter, you left the flap open.
Like 1,000 degrees in here, Lois.
Close the tent now. It's freezing.
Headline, Woman Cold.
Now, for the characters and the actors that played them, I will say they did a very good job of having a good mixture of their charm as well as empathy. But that was all pretty much thanks to the writing for our two main star actors. As for the rest of the cast, they were not very much anything special in terms of the standouts as well as the screen time. That's because whether it was the villain or the best friend or even the sick mother, they just didn't really grab you at all. I just felt if you're gonna write in characters that are basically having a terminal illness or that are considered ruthless or mean, then maybe have them be a little bit more striking and powerful in their acting. Which really does help with rooting for the good guys as well as booing for the bad guys.
Shut up! Was that in the script?
Overall, this was a letdown and not a Christmas classic that I or maybe you will ever watch again. Also, too, this was labeled as a comedy romance, which I felt didn't really exist at all, if any, in the film. So don't expect a lot of laughs and a lot of aw moments in this. So that is why I'm giving this one a nay. But for an audience thumb scale, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5. Second up we have is Flight Risk, a thriller where a U.S. Marshal boards a small plane to transfer a government witness to New York. And as they start to cross the Alaskan wilderness, tensions start to rise. Cause not everyone on the flight is who they appear to be.
This guy's either gonna think here's another kid with a fake ID, or here's McLovin, the 25-year-old Hawaiian organ donor. Okay, so what's it gonna be?
I am McLovin.
This one was actually pretty surprising and really kind of flew under the radar when it was released. I found that the production for this film to be very basic in terms of the storytelling as well as the technical approach, which kind of works decently for this because sometimes less is more. But it was enough to get you on the edge of your seat for those intense action struggle moments, as well as the feeling of claustrophobia. That's because the majority of this film is inside a small plane flying through the air, and the main objective is just to try to stay alive. But I will say that the director as well as the editor did a very good job on the overall pacing of the film. And the only struggle that I had from a nitpick standpoint would probably be the visual effects as well as the special effects because they were just, well, crappy, as well as probably not budgeted very well.
You're extremely careful with money.
What?
forget it.
I'm cheap? You think I'm cheap? How could you say that to me? I can't believe that.
As for the characters, I will say they were pretty much standard as well as typically written in a way that we've seen many times before. That's because two of our main characters were just so basic with every dialogue that they delivered as well as the emotions that they expressed. But I will say that it was really awesome as well as nice to see a strong female character to root for, as well as having some great comic relief moments from our fugitive witness that was delivered with such great timing. Now what really shines the most though was the villain performance from Mark Wahlberg. He was just so amazingly crazy in this with his outburst moments as well as his amazing gazing stare downs that he would do. That's because he was written as well as performed in a way that came across as very menacing as well as creepy and rapey.
Now, I tell you what, I like you and I want you. Now we can do this the easy way or we can do it the hard way. The choice is yours.
Well, I don't think you and I will be doing anything any kind of way.
Okay, I see you choosing the hard way.
This guy...
Don't make me ruin that bike, no, Chris. I'm a warrior.
In the end, this definitely had a lot going for it and definitely stayed true to the overall tone and story. I really enjoyed the fact that this film had a simple premise, as well as having our headlining star be the villain. But of course, all the entertaining parts lacked a little bit of a realism in the terms of the pain threshold and what people can handle. Still though, it didn't really take me out of the movie, so that's why I'm going to give this one an easy yay. But for an audience thumb scale, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. Last up we have is Bugonia. Now, I'm not too sure if that's how it's pronounced, and I'm thinking it might be called Bugonia, but who knows? A comedy sci-fi thriller where two conspiracy-obsessed men kidnap a female CEO of a major company because they are completely convinced that she is an alien that wants to destroy the Earth.
Foolish earthlings, frightened of a creature that does not exist.
Right off the bat, this was a uniquely strange film and not in the normal sense. That's because if you were to take the kidnap elements as well as the dark humor elements from the film King of Comedy and the sci-fi twist of The Circle, then you might get something like this film. Now, the couple of major standouts for me when it comes to the production aspect was probably from the cinematography for one, because they did a very good job with the visual look of it and making things feel warmer and vibrant, which definitely gives references to bees and honey throughout the film. Then there was the orchestra musical score that gave such intensity mystery to the story, as well as the practical makeup effects, because it gave such great moments of crazy outbursts as well as bloody violence.
You gonna let this fucking punk get away with that? What's the matter? What's the world coming to?
What the fucking world is coming to? How do you like that?
So for our main actors and their characters, I will say that everyone did a terrific job and were excellently written. That's because at first, you don't really know their motivations as well as if they're telling the truth or not, but you definitely can tell that they are very convincing in their performance. Then you find out certain things about their past as well as what they truly believe is going on in the world in secret. And from this gets you really hooked in and wanting to know more about the arc of these characters. Which from this gives us great performances filled with desperation, humor, calmly manipulative, as well as chaotically sinister. This is all credited to Jesse Plemons as well as Emma Stone's brilliant acting. They just had something about their characters and the way they were performed that made you feel like there is something wrong in these people's heads.
He's got a screw loose. Hit Holly!
With that being said, I really love this film and all the crazy wackiness that this film had to offer. I feel that this was oddly fun, as well as when it embraced the ending and truly went for it, it really succeeded. If you're a fan of The Twilight Zone, as well as any type of sci-fi conspiracy type film with an indie look to it, then I would say this is the film for you. And that is why I'm going to give this one a yay. But for an audience thumb scale, I'm definitely going to give this one a 5 out of 5. Well, that's all the time we have. As always, smash that like and subscribe button. And if you liked any of the movies we discussed, please leave a comment down below. Have a good weekend, and may the movies be with you. Lates.